I have to say that 2024 has been a pretty decent year for horror movies. Like, I don't know about you. I mean, it had its misses. Let's be real. Some horror movies were not good, right? But there were quite a few that were pretty good. And I like to give you my real quick take on what I consider to be the best, in no particular order, best horror films of 2024. All right, so get ready. I'll try to make this quick and painless. Heretic. Okay, Heretic. I reviewed that. All of these movies I reviewed, by the way. Heretic was good. If you saw, I have my reviews. Every movie I'm going to show has my review in it, and I'll post them down below so you can check them all out. Hugh, I forgot his name. He's a famous actor. He's in it. Intellectual guy, but with a sinister plan behind it. On two, working on these poor two Mormon girls that are trying to just minister for Jesus, and it turns out to be a very sinister intent throughout the movie. It is very suspenseful, very intellectually engaging. That was what I called this movie, Heretic. Go check out Heretic if you haven't seen it yet. One of the good ones from 2024. I like Smile too. I like the first Smile. The second Smile was good. The ending was, oh boy, like it definitely leaves room open for a third film. You know the story. It's a film of a curse. You see somebody die, knock themselves off. A few days later, you knock yourself off, and in between, they go absolutely mad with the visions and the crazy and this demon thingy that follows them everywhere, and they start seeing everybody with the smile on their face, and it's like, smile. That's why the movie's named Smile. And when I saw this movie, I smiled. Okay? I smiled. I liked it. So Smile 2 is definitely something to take home to for 2024 from that year. Great year for horror movies, 2024. Smile 2, go check that one out too. Terrifier 3 has to be the most gory of all the horror films that I saw this year. There were a couple, but Terrifier 3 took the cake. Damien Leone and cast outdid themselves with that one. All right? Following in tradition of the first two films, Art the Clown, you see a little bit more about him and his background. In my opinion, I think that's what I saw. Check it out if you don't understand what I mean. But you also see the characters, like Celine. I think her name is Celine, played by Lauren Lavara. And Samantha Scafidi is also back, whom I've had the pleasure of interviewing on this channel, right? So Art the Clown, crazy. He's definitely earned his place amongst the horror greats. Okay, so Art the Clown, Terrifier 3, check out Terrifier 3. Maxine, the third of the X series. First we had X, then we had Pearl, then we had Maxine. Taking place in 1985 in the mid-80s, where Maxine, we're still trying to deal with what happened back in 1979 from the first X movie. She's trying to still make herself into a star, but her past continues to come back to haunt her, and these people are still trying to get in her way, and it gets into this chaos, which was, in my opinion, very fun, very great to watch. Awesome movie, Maxine. Go check out Maxine. Alien Romulus, the latest in the Alien franchise. I'm an Alien guy. I can't help it. I love it. Now, some Alien movies in the past were not that great, but this one, I feel like was up there. It was up in the tier up there next to the first two films, to be honest with you. It takes place, actually, between the events of the first 1979 classic and the 1986 sequel classic, Aliens. So, happens in between there. So we kind of get more information, really, about what the company's intent was in trying to get this, what they like to call their bioweapon for Wayland Industries. Check out Alien Romulus. They're actually playing it right now on Hulu and on Disney Plus, of all things. So check it out. A Quiet Place Day 1. Okay, this is a third film in a lot of third movies in this year. In the Quiet Place franchise, follows this woman who is, she has a terminal illness and she's trying to survive the first day of the alien invasion. You have to be quiet, right? Otherwise they'll get you, right? They only work by sound. They can't see. They can only hear. And you see her and a few other people try to survive here in New York City. How do they do it? How does she get by? And how does this series of events help reconcile to herself who she is and her place in this world, even in the midst of her condition? Watch Quiet Place Day One. It was very heartfelt. I really liked how it made me feel. It was kind of deep. It engaged not just your mind, but it engaged you deep down inside here. So check it out. NOS Fatu. I just reviewed this one. This is the last movie that I reviewed for 2024. A new rendition to the 1922 classic from Germany, following the same idea of the Dracula lore from Bram Stoker, except they just changed the names, different character names. Count Dracula is Count Orlok, things like that. And I have to say, the actors in this were amazing. Like Skarsgård as Dracula. I can't think of his first name right now, but you know who I'm speak of. He played It, and he played the Crow this year. Also, he came back hard with this role as Nosferatu, as Count Orlok, and it worked. It worked big time. It was such a deep, thought-provoking film, and even the woman who Lily Rose Depp played, Ellen, she plays a big role in this, and the decisions she has to make in spite of Count Orlok targeting her, leads her to make some hardline decisions that will affect everyone around her. So check out, if you haven't seen it yet, it's still in theaters, Nosferatu. The Substance. Oh, this is my girlfriend's favorite. Demi Moore is in this. If you saw this movie, you know how crazy it gets. Very cinematically engaging. Let me just say it like that. That movie was crazy. It started out a little slow, but then it really revved up real fast, and forget about it. Demi Moore plays a retired star who wants to come back into the spotlight, so she finds this underground factory where they give her these medications where she can have a younger version of herself come out of her, literally, so that she can continue to live. It's almost like a step to immortality or something like that. But here's the caveat: they have to switch up back. She has to go back to old version, new version, every week, once a week. Right? But then it comes to a point where they do something wrong and they don't follow the procedure, and that's when everything goes buck wild. Check out The Substance if you haven't seen it, so that at the end of the movie you'll be like, what the hell did I just watch? Enjoy your chicken. I saw this recently, Apartment 7A, prequel to Rosemary's Baby, the 1968 classic. It overlaps into Rosemary's Baby, actually, where there is an actual character in that original film, and this movie is about her. That story. Young actress trying to, make it on Broadway, but gets sidelined and then gets help from that famous old couple that we all love so much from Rosemary's Baby, right? Played by different actors, of course. It's been that long. But their actual intents become more sinister as it is slowly revealed in the movie. So check out Apartment 7A. It's on Paramount. Check it out. And and finally, I have to say, the first Omen. As an Omen fan, as a hardcore Omen fan, having all the books, having seen all the movies, this movie surprised me, actually. In spite of some of the canon that got messed up and changed a little bit to suit the story, which I still am not happy about, but in spite of that, it was still a good, well-made movie, and it had a good, scary kind of thing to it. It had the same feel as the original three films. It had this kind of it takes place in the early 70s. You know, the nun goes to the Vatican to finish her vows, and then only to find out she's being used, right? And then she's trying to be warned by Father Brennan about what their real intents are regarding, you know, the end and, you know, and the Antichrist and the, you know, all of that stuff. So if you know what the Omen's all about, and if you haven't seen the first Omen yet, watch the first Omen. You'll see what I mean by the plot, not the plot, the canon being messed up a kind of bit. I also did a full spoiler-filled discussion about it on a live stream right after that movie came out. So you can check that one out too here on this channel. Well, guys, that's what I got right now. There are other ones, you know, I have to say, there are other honorable mentions I can think of right now that I can't think of right now, to be honest with you. But those are the movies that really stuck out for me in 2024. It's been a good year of horror. You know, there were other good ones, you know. I think of the Salem's Lot remake that, you know, that was released. I think about that. I think about Immaculate, which is almost kind of like the first Omen. Again, I explained that in the live stream discussion about that. But I've reviewed these movies, so go back in time. I'll put links below to all of them so you can check it out. And please consider subscribing. Tap on that bell for future notifications for future horror and coffee content. I am very excited for 2025 to see what other horror movies come out. And I already know of a few that's already going to come out, and I'm very looking forward to watching them and showing you, letting you guys know what I think about them. What are your top 5? All right, let me know what you think. Talk to me, comment below, okay? And in the meantime, have a great new year, great 2025, and I'll see you soon. We're gonna be doing a cool celebration live stream of hitting 1,000 subscribers, and I will also post my Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to support the channel. Much gratitude. Thank you guys. Take care. Until next time.